Can you hear
Okay.
me? This is so annoying.
Yeah.
Like I've never had this issue for the last
Yeah.
2 weeks,
That
and
sucks.
it just makes my VODs into two, which I don't like doing. But anyways, we're
Yeah.
we're good. We're actually I think this VOD might be in one because it reconnected. But the other times it kept ending my stream key, or I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyways, it's not a big deal. So coming to that point, um, like you gotta just identify that it's walled, like right when you enter the first or second section. Okay, I'll kind of show you
They
really,
have
really
no
roughly.
idea how heartless I am.
Because I noticed it while you're running spawn. I'm like, why is he going so far away, right? Like just kind of just you could even tuck on that right side after it's walled, the close right when you come in as an attacker. But
All right.
yeah, that give me 1 second. So it's a overall your awareness is quite good in my opinion.
I've
Like
stood
you
over
don't really
so many
struggle with
corpses.
knowing
A
what's on
few
the
more
board like
does
some of my
not
other
matter.
students have. But it's a
My
little bit
ult's ready.
more of a
How
situational
did we
awareness that you
forget the
lack,
spike?
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
It's not more so like overall knowing where people are and stuff, but it's just the situation needs to be assessed and really, really, really like, identify what the hell is going on. Okay. So
Yeah.
here, let's just wait for the timer. This guy just came running across his ult like this, boom, 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 and you just start booking it like back turn, like right. You could have even just walk like here up to here, kind of get some cover just to see, right, and then you would have saw the deadlock wall. You just come back up to here, or even up to here, just right, have a better positioning. Come back here, whatever
Yeah.
here. You don't have to book it all the way spawn. Um, but yeah, the deadlock walled up to here where my
Cutting
flashes,
their
and then
vision.
they were stuck. They didn't come out, right? And then you just started throwing, you're dumping your util. You just started
Cutting their vision.
boom, boom, boom. They're here,
In
but
sight.
they weren't. You gotta understand they weren't out, right? So that's just a little bit of like a
Yeah.
situational awareness, like making sure when you're doing something, it's like 100% like it's correct, or being kind of it could kind of add into your patience. Like just be patient, come back. Okay, it's walled. Okay, I don't need a flash. They're not in yet. Wait it out. They start shooting the wall. They start throwing smokes. Okay, guys, they're about to come in. Okay, and then you start getting ready, right? It's like a little patience part on your end. Um, so let me just reread this. Block this wall, but it's running all the way into spawn secret. Could use flash for after they use utility. So they started dumping in and coming in. Then you start using your flash, ready for retake, because you used your flash and it was all gone before you guys were ready for retake. So you know your value diminishes there because you have to now just start dry swinging everything, right? But if I just shoot
Cutting
this
their
up in it,
vision.
or maybe not that high, but like
Still in
up here,
sight.
and I start coming out, like
30
they're gonna get
seconds left.
scared. They're gonna have to make a decision to shoot. If they shoot, your team can actively know where they are, stuff like that. So information thing, and also a deterrent, as in we're coming out, don't fuck with
In
us, right?
sight.
So if they choose not to shoot it, right, stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
so that's that. And I just wrote best round in terms of production. Like this was probably the best round I saw where you
10
got
seconds left.
you won a hard round, as in they're on site and you're killing 3 people, right? I need to see more of that from you. Um, I'm not saying that you can't do it. It's just it's not as consistent, and that's just the aim part where you need to be confident, get your aim up, understand timings, game sense, where you can just kill people from behind them. Like people don't like doing that, but that shows me that you have a big brain. If you're always behind somebody, just timing them, and he doesn't know, that means that you're outplaying them a lot. Okay, so you got to
Yeah.
get better at these things. You will, and you just got to force yourself to do them. A lot of the times, have no fear. Okay, a lot of my students have that fear, but can't not have fear. You're gonna reset next round, right? So just
Yeah.
if you die, understand what you did wrong. Fuck, I should just waited one more second and then gone. Fuck, I should have one more here. Fuck, man, I should just been calmer here on this lurk. Oh man, I 5 of them had their back turns to me, but I only killed 2. Like I shot at all of them, right? So
Yeah.
it's all situational, but we gotta start thinking that way. So the next thing is round 17. Knows one's link, calls it out. Again, you have really good awareness across the map, and says a good calm both mid. Takes a really bad fight. So it was like 4v2, 5v2, and I wrote takes a really bad fight and whiffing like crazy. You just like came out here and you fought the tail, just and then the guy just killed you. Like you should kill him, right? You knew both were there. Just wait. I would have just waited or just jiggled and then try to take a fight like this instead. Okay, but you just ran out because you knew. And this play is not bad because you have super man up, so there is some point in sending bodies out there to gain space to kind of lock down parts of the map to see where the other 2 people are. But still, like you could do it a little bit more effectively slash patiently. or proactively come out here, waited for them before they did came out, but you're just Link forever, and then you just swung as soon as you saw his leg or whatever, and then you couldn't even kill him, right? So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a panic there as well. Okay, round 8. That's more of a pro round. Round 18 needs to tell his team when they clear A that he's most likely B. So this was a 1v2 situation for the enemy team where your team rotated from B through mid and Tail was mid, around mid area. You can watch the VOD, and he had the bomb and he went back like this and back towards B, and then your team came back like this with the padding, and they went back through main. Remember this round?
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Once this guy walks this corner, I'll show you. Once this guy goes like this, okay, and he's not there, you need to be the one to identify he is B, okay? Because if he was going A, he would have been here already, planted the bomb. So when they take this pathing and, he was mid area and he's not B, you need to identify that he's not A, you need to identify that he is B, okay? Obviously, you tell them, guys, clear the site, make sure he's not here, blah, 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 but you gotta be the guy, be like, yo, he's on B. If he's not here, he's on B, 100%. Like, you gotta be that certain, and you will be through experience and stuff like that. Because once I saw this play, I was like, oh fuck, he timing your guys' and he's on B. That's what I told myself. I'm like, I probably didn't say it, but that's what I thought. I'm like, yo, he's on B, 100%. Because he would have been here already. Because it was way too long for him not to be on A. So that's where my brain deducts that he's probably most likely on B. But round 19 starts A. Pretty aware of his mini map. He's feeding his team info, so that's just a pro. There was nothing going on in that round like where I could see what you're doing wrong. You guys were just getting murdered, but you're really still good on the comms. Round 20 starts B. So this is the last round. Starts B. Here's one B main. So this is that round. Just flashes corner and swings super wide and dies. Needs to also tell his team to watch flank. Everyone is on B. So your whole team literally just rotated over to B. You just went like this, swung the Phoenix and died. Prior to that, you need to tell them, guys, I hear a lot B, but watch your mid. Be careful of the lurk. One guy stay on 8, just in case. Okay? Because, they weren't 5 up here that killed. It was a solo Phoenix, so that tells me that they're trying to set up some sort of fake play where the Phoenix was faking by himself. Okay? But, we kind of went through this. Don't just swing. Unless you know for certain he's by himself, which I don't really think you knew. I didn't even know. I was unsure. I was not sure if they were all there as well myself, because I couldn't really hear. There's a lot going on. People running, stuff, a lot of comms. So, unless you're certain, and make sure that he's a little bit closer. Don't flash when he's pillar. Flash when he's about to come in. You'd kill him. You'd kill him around this area. Okay? So that's all your notes. If we were to sum it up, I would say, I wouldn't say your aim is the worst. Okay? I would say it's probably your third highest. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I was a little nervous too, but
Of course.
I'm not gonna like my aim. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's
yeah.
like godly or anything.
And that's fine.
But I think it is inconsistent for sure.
Right. And that's all I saw. I never saw that you had dog shit aim or dog shit crosshair placement. You can never get killed. Like, you had some shining light, like, some stars were flashing, right, in some rounds where you popped off, and I can see that you don't have terrible aim, and that's why I said you have decent aim. I'm kind of generalizing because I gotta see more games to really see your aim, but there were some good rounds with your aim. But what I'm trying to help you understand is that you cannot aim like this if you want to climb. Okay, you really gotta actively improve every aspect of your aim and movement that correlates with your aim, as in dead zoning. And we'll go through that right now in the range. But I'm just trying to help you understand that we can't blow smoke up our own asses and be like, yep, I top frag all the time in plat. Okay, well, let me see you do it in immortal. Okay, because a lot of time, a lot of my students, they say it like that, but then I'm like, okay, let me see you in immortal. They're, oh, I can't do that. It's like, yeah, I know you can't do that because I understand the differences. Okay, when you get to that level. And I'm not saying that because I'm better than everybody. I'm just saying that because I've experienced going through the ranks, as in, I was silver at one point too. Not very long, maybe like 2 weeks or 1 week, but I got to diamond really fast. I got in diamond in the first 5 months of playing. So, I was already in the mid levels right away. And at that time, there was no ascendant. So I was already close to immortal players. It was diamond and then immortal. So there was no ascendant at that time when the game came out. So I was already playing with immortal players, and I also was in discords where I was playing with a lot of Radiant players like Harmful, Wildfire. Like if you're in a 10-man group and I joined, then that stuff got lucky, stuff like that. But that's a different story. So I just know that the differences it takes to be at a high level, because I wasn't always good at aiming too. I actively had to be in my mind being like, yo, I want pro level aim for me to acquire a good aim, right? Go through the
Yeah.
steps. And at that time as well, I tell my students, there was no information like you guys have now, where all these creators, all these coaches are making content about Valorant, how to get better. They're all repeating the same goddamn aiming mechanics, stuff like that. Okay, at those times, okay, nobody was saying anything about how to get better at aim, because they didn't, especially the pros. Now it's different. Pros want views, they want content, they want followers, so they actively do that. But at my times, pros especially hid their secrets, their trade secrets, what they knew was making them better, because they didn't want people getting an edge on them. They wanted to stay ahead. Now it's different. Everyone has caught up, so they don't give a fuck anymore. But at those
Yeah.
times, it was much harder to understand aim and movement. But now there's so much information, so it's easier. But we really gotta set ourselves up for a higher level. Because if you told me you wanted to be diamond, I wouldn't talk to you like this. But I need to be hard on you and show you real expectations slash standards that you need to hit for you to become a mortal player. You want to be a mortal, right? So I'm gonna try
Yeah.
my best to help you and understand how they think. You really need to work and polish these things. It needs to be every day, 2 to 4 hours a day,
Feeling
if you want to
safe.
see exponential growth, like super quick, within 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Okay, it needs to be every day, twice a day. Okay, that's how pros became pros. They had a schedule, training schedule. Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. We'll get into it right now. I'm gonna go in the range,
All right.
and then
Yeah.
we'll show you these 5 exercises. So again, you might think it's super basic, but remember, these are the baseline. This is what you should do from the beginning. Okay, if you want to improve, and then you add more exercises. You do it for longer. And I tell my students as well. Do you hit the gym at all? Do you work out or play sports, run?
Um, I used to play sports a little while
Okay,
ago, but
okay.
yeah, not anymore.
If you
My
play
ultimate's
football, you
ready.
hit the weight room, you probably have heard the
My
term
ult's
like
ready.
progressive overload. I'm sure you've heard of that term. It's
Yeah.
like the main mechanic of muscle building, right? Progressive overload.
Yeah.
But it also is in with almost everything in terms of improvement, whether it's making more money, stuff like that. It can be applied to almost anything. You need to increase the intensity and the length and add more exercises and actually feel the tears in your, I'm not saying tear your arm by playing 10
Yeah.
hours of DM, but you kind of get what I mean, where it needs to be stressed
Yeah.
out. You need to be mentally fatigued from the exercise. It needs to get harder, stuff like that. So obviously what I'm going to show you is going to be the baseline, and then you adjust it accordingly. But I cannot stress this enough, it must increase in intensity, whether you're doing more DMs, adding a different exercise in the range, increasing the times you do it, stuff like that. Okay, so did you want a notebook, or do you want to do you want to write this down or refer back to the VOD? It's
I
totally
can
up to
refer
you.
back to the
Okay,
VOD.
cool, that
Yeah.
saves us some time, no problem. So this is the first exercise. Okay, this is something I learned from Wardell. So you come up on this box, okay?
Yeah.
Like the very first time when I went from diamond to immortal, like first time. This is 3 years ago. This is what I really did to every day to increase my aim and consistency, crispiness, refining it, whatever it may be. So come on
All right.
top of here. I learned it from Wardell on his stream. Wardell was a G because he's the first real Radiant in my eyes that really brought his personal routine to the player base. As in, he just openly told them about what he was doing. So this is what I learned from them. Okay, this is when
Yeah.
he was in his prime, like number one all the time. But so this is a precision-based exercise. Okay, you're gonna go from head to head, point A to point B in a straight line, smoothness. This is practicing our mechanic of smoothness as much as
Okay.
possible. It's okay to miss, but the goal is not to miss. Okay, we really need to work
Yeah.
on precision. So I really suggest you to go super duper slow in the beginning. It's gonna be really painful. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna get mentally fatigued from it. Like, oh fuck, like this is weird. It's a weird feeling, but just
Yeah.
try your best. Go, just work through it and don't quit. So head
All
to
right.
head, really slow. Try to get my arm in position. This is probably like 30%,
So you're
40%.
not really flicking too much, or are
No,
you?
no.
Okay.
I'm doing it a little bit faster, but I'll try to show you really slowly.
Oh.
Okay, so
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm making sure I'm controlling the crosshair to go on the head. And
Yeah.
identify when you miss. Identify where I went wrong. Where if I go like this and come back to him, what is that? When I go like this,
Yeah, it's an overflick.
exactly. If I go like this, I
Yeah.
shoot here and I go
It's
back.
an
Right. So let's,
underflick it.
it's okay to miss, but obviously it's a precision-based exercise. It's like shooting our free throws and three-pointers. We don't want to miss. It's obviously
Yeah.
best to miss now, but we want to be as precise as possible. It's like practice how we play, where we can really, really use this precision in our game in real time because we never miss. We're never gonna miss a game, right? So it's kind of that same
Yeah.
thought process. So go slow. Also, if the bots spawn to your left while you're going right, just leave it and come back to it. Okay. Some of my students are going back. Just come and then come back again. Okay. So
Okay.
this is me doing it a little bit faster because I'm just so used to doing it with a little bit more speed, right? Obviously, I'm still over flicking a little bit. Maybe I should just control. I kind of need to know where I'm going wrong. Yeah, you can even do it with Vandal. I'm a Phantom player, so can add a burst to it. 2-shot burst, 5-shot burst, whatever it may be. But in the beginning, just work on your basics. Just left to right, right to left. Go slow. Really, really control the crosshair. There, I overflicked. I didn't shoot an overflick, but my crosshair was overflicked. I went over and came back. Okay? Really gotta identify what you're doing wrong. It's the only way you're gonna really improve your aim. There, I overshot his head. I need to be taking again. I need to be more precise. Right time. Go slow. Undershot. Gotta control. Fix my arm positioning with it. Right. Aiming is super complicated. Like people don't understand how complicated aiming is. Because not only is it your mental aspect of it, where you need to have the speed, mouse control, a lot of it is physical, right? So you're using so many muscles to use your arm or your wrist, right? Your shoulder, your chest, your back, your delts, everything, like your whole arm, even your core a little bit sometimes, right? It really depends on the movement,
Yeah.
but so it's we gotta train it on a physical level, and then the mental level comes where you're doing these crazy ass play like flicks or whatever, the micro adjustment, right? We gotta really, really, and the spray transfers, whatever. But so left to
Yeah.
right, right to left, minimum 5 minutes, minimum, and make sure whatever interval you choose, whether it's daily, obviously it's not gonna be daily, but weekly or 2 weeks, a month, make sure it's actively going up and higher, longer. You're doing it for longer. One thing I'll tell you is, when I would have I would have no limit with this. When I would have bad days, okay, bad
Yeah.
rank days, I lost 5 games in a row. I can't shoot. I'm super upset at myself because I lost RR. I'm playing like a dog shit retard, bro. I would put on music, blast that shit, and I would do this for 1 hour, 2 hours, right? That's really how you're gonna improve your aim.
Yeah, I guess this would be like, because I do a lot of in Kovacs, like one wall 6 targets small.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it's kind of similar. But
Similar, yeah. But
yeah,
this is why I would
I
say
think
this
this
is
is
better because you're in
Yeah.
the game. You're experiencing the real recoil, the real gun, whichever gun you want to use. Sheriff, whatever. Like you're actually playing the game, and that's why I was a guy that's not always in aim trainers. I was incorporating range as well. I would just have a routine for my aim trainer, which was usually about an hour long per day, and then near my prime 2 years ago, I would go twice a day, once in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then I would do one to cool off at nighttime as well before I go to sleep. That way, when I wake up, it's still super solid, right? Stuff like that. I don't want to lose my aim, so that's
Yeah.
what I did. But you can't, there are people that are only on aim trainers, and I don't think that's the best way to. And you'll see those players struggle in game, right? And that's why
Yeah.
I actually believe that the players that actually practice the in-game things more are actually better in terms of like they spam death matches only. Those players are really, really solid mechanically because they're playing
Yeah.
the game. They're understanding how the shots, the recoil, stuff like that. Okay, but that's the first
Yeah.
exercise. It's very simple. It seems very simple, but you do this every day, you're gonna see your aim improve drastically because there's so much involved. It's not just smoothness. There's a lot involved, control, stuff like that. You speed up, stuff like that. But okay, come here, seconds thing. This is called 5-shot burst control. So this is me controlling my 5-shot burst with no recoil, no control. Right, 5 shots goes up.
Yeah.
Okay. You really need to control your burst. Okay, this will help you not panic, spray like this. Okay, you're gonna just be boom, boom, boom. 5 shots, he's dead. This guy's dead. Instantly deleted. Even if it's not a headshot, he's dead. 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 5 shots. 5 shots. 5 shots. I'm a little bit whiffy, but you get what I mean. Okay. So come here. There's 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm gonna try my best. You're my second student, so I told my other student too. I didn't warm up or anything today, so don't judge me. I might be whiffing a little bit, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so obviously this is very hard. It's still hard for me because of I told my other student they changed the recoil. Okay, the way guns shoot now versus 2 years ago is different. You know that, right? Back
Oh no,
then,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So a lot of people don't know that they actually changed the accuracy, the running accuracies, the recoil. They made it harder to control, which is not as
Oh,
random. Okay, before like you could go like this and it's all perfect circle, like a perfect circle. If I go in like this, it would be perfect. Okay, but these days, you know, with the changes in the recoil, running speed, stuff like that, it's much harder. But so I'll kind of go through it. That's really bad. We gotta identify where it's going wrong. That's probably like a 6 out of 10. Okay, I'm gonna try to get an 8, 9 out of 10 for you. I'm gonna try my best. Let me just sit up. But you know, you want it somewhat in the same area. Okay,
yeah.
we're just trying to control it as best as I can. Okay, like that's probably like a 6, 7, right? Like I'm really trying to give you a 9. I showed my other student. It's probably like more leaning towards an 8. Yeah, like right now it's not so good. That's probably a little bit better, but I want it a little bit tighter. Okay. Like that one was almost okay. Like that one's probably a little bit better. Probably like a 7. Right? Like really be hard on yourself. Really make sure. So, but right now it's really bad. But
So you can do this with the Vandal too, right?
yeah, you can do it with the
You gotta
Vandal.
use Vandal,
But why I say 5 shots even with the Vandal is when you spray someone body and he's behind the wall, you're not gonna kill him. But 5 shots will because of the reduced damage. One student was like, "Why 5 shots with Vandal?" I'm like, I mean, just for the wall bang, just in case. So just try to sit up properly a little bit. Like, keep it as tight as you can. Like that's probably most ideal, right? And it's hard. Like even right now, it's hard. Like because I haven't warmed up or anything. You know, I just had 2 students today, so usually I do this for a while, and then it starts looking really good. But you know, like that, right? That's probably like a, I'll give it like a 7.5. That's probably the closest I've gotten where it's almost an 8 so far. Like I'm struggling. Like that's probably a little bit better.
Yeah, no.
But you get what I mean. Like I'm whiffing a lot right now because yesterday I told my student as well. I played like 12 DMs and 15 TDMs, so I'm a little bit tired.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot.
But you know, that's kind of just the way I. So that's a little bit better, right? I'm really trying for you right now, but I'm struggling with my arm. But you kind of get the point. So keep it as tight as possible. You know, it needs to be like that, okay? Like that, where it's unison. Look like that. You get what I mean? I'm far away, so it's harder. But you want it in. You can do it from this range. Just it takes a lot of effort, like that. Okay, that's probably an 8. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're instantly deleted. That's probably much better. Okay. Especially the Phantom is hard to control, right? But because the fire rate's so high. But if you get really good at this, you're gonna start deleting people. And I kind of showed you it's gonna be like 5 shots, 5 shots, 5 shots, 5 shots, 5 shots, 5 shots. Okay. The next exercise is the third exercise. This is called spray control / spray transfer control. So, you know, don't just spray and then bring it down, okay? You need to immediately control right away. Control, and then we just draw a line. And then we go back and forth, back and forth. Okay. This will help where you just automatically know where your crosshair needs to be when you're spraying for it to be shooting where you want it. So, for example, here, right? Like my crosshair is not on it, but I just know where my crosshair needs to be just off the recoil. Right? And then also it will help when you're all in fighting this guy, and then someone just unexpectedly peeks you. You're gonna just spray transfer. So, and then you fuck, it says here, right? Your rate of fire is still the same, but you just instantly kill them because your transfer is good. Whatever, like here, and then you see a picture, right? Stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. So the fourth exercise, this is a movement-based exercise. This will incorporate in your. You need to incorporate this in your aim. Do you know what dead zoning is?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think it's just like one bullet, right?
No. So dead zoning is when you fully stop and shoot, fully stop and shoot.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
in Counter-Strike, have you played Counter-Strike?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so in Counter-Strike, there's something called counter strafing where you can spam your A and D keys and shoot and be accurate. Okay?
Yeah.
It's called counter strafing where it looks like you're moving while you're shooting, right? But in Valorant, there's no such thing as counter strafing. You can try to do it yourself. It's spamming 80 and shooting. It's almost impossible to be 100% accurate. Okay, especially look at my shooting error. It's showing me it's haywire. So in Valorant, there's a movement mechanic called dead zoning where you need to stop, instantly shoot to be accurate. And same thing going the other way. You can't just go like this. 80. Look, I'm spamming 80 and shooting. Like look where my crosshair is. Look where like it's not gonna work. So in this game, you need to understand this concept and really practice it, or you're gonna lose all your gunfights where you're swinging and you're still shooting and running and you cannot stop. Right. So this helps where you're swinging, you stop, and you're instantly accurate. So play with your shooting arrow on if you don't have it on. Do you have it on?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you go here, video. And then you go to stats, come all the way down. It's on the bottom. It says shooting error. Put graph only. I'll explain it to you. So if you see on the top right of my screen, it says shooting error, right? It says 0.2, and there's two colors, a yellow and a blue. So what this means is 0.2 means that I'm 100% accurate wherever my crosshair is. If I'm standing still, I'm not moving, right? Look where my crosshair is and look where I'm shooting. It's going wherever I'm pointing, right? It's not flicking, flaring, or up, nothing. So this means I'm really, really accurate, like 99% accurate. Probably times you miss because of latency or whatever, but this means I'm gonna shoot the bullet where I'm looking, 0.2, okay?
Yeah.
Yellow is shooting error, so if I spray, don't control. Okay, look at the graph. It says 0.9. 0.9 means I'm almost not accurate. Obviously, you can get kills like this, but it means I'm not gonna hit where I'm shooting in terms of my crosshair. Blue is your movement error. So if I'm running and shooting, not stopping, it's gonna show me blue. Okay, but if I stop, shoot, stop, shoot, look at my graph now. 0.31 is the highest. All of these are gonna be 0.20. That means I'm 100% accurate, even though it looks like I'm moving. Okay.
Yeah.
Like this, it looks like I'm moving. Like they're kind of, I know I moved because of the shot. Right, it's blue as well, so it's showing me. So that's what these things mean. Okay, so this exercise really works on it. So you come to this billboard, okay, and you're gonna go 5 each side minimum. You can keep going longer if you want. Okay, but stop. You don't use your mouse. You're parallel to the wall. You don't move your mouse. Okay, go 5 each side. Make sure you're stopping on the exact same point you shot. Don't go here if you shot here. It needs to be on here to train yourself to be able to stop wherever you shot.
Okay.
It's a timing thing, okay? This is really difficult. Like there, I still messed up. Like I still mess up. But you need to be somewhat closer or accurate enough, okay?
Yeah.
This is super hard for a lot of students, okay? This is like a cognitive thing where it's like rubbing your stomach and tapping your head because you gotta press A, stop, and I gotta shoot, left hand, come back with D, stop, let go, shoot. So it's really hard for a lot of students in the beginning, but even for me, I struggle with this, but you'll get better. So come me 5 each side, and then you're gonna cut it in half, so it's a smaller distance. Okay, there I just moved. I need to stay still. All right, my timing is off.
So should I always shoot one bullet? Or could I
one
shoot
bullet,
like 2 bullets?
no, one bullet always. I shouldn't be
One bullet,
bursting,
alright.
but always one bullet. Because when you shoot burst, there's gonna be some error in terms of your shooting because of the recoil. Because we're not really focusing on shooting, it's more of a movement-based exercise. But we're adding the timing of clicking. That's it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we go from here to here, right? 5 times minimum. Then we go from here to here. Then we cut it in half again. So right there, I moved, right? Like you gotta identify what's going wrong. Yeah, I'm not fully stopped before I'm shooting. Okay, so that's what that's telling me. Okay, and you can see the shooting error. It's not above 0.3. You want to be below 0.3. 0.25 is fine. 0.27, 0.28. You're gonna see a lot of those. It's fine. If you go above 0.3, it means you're not accurate. You're gonna dead zone, and then you're not gonna hit the first shot. And in a real-time scenario where you're swinging a guy and you need to accurately headshot him, you're dead because you're not accurate and he is. So again, 5 each side. Boom, boom, boom. Cut it in half. Boom, boom, boom. I'll show you quickly. And cut it in half again. And then we cut it in half again. So we cut it in half 3 times where we're standing still. This is gonna be for your long range fight where he's far away, he's pixelated, and we're not moving our mouse. We're not moving it like that too much. It's more of a movement thing. We're just making sure our mouse is staying in the same spot. Like there's a little bit of a mouse movement on this one, a little bit. But look at my shots after the blue ones, the ones I'm not doing properly. But I'll kind of try to slow down so I can show you. Look, all 0.2. That means I'm 100% accurate. So this will be a long range fight. Okay, this one's more of like a wide swing or whatever, it's jiggle. But okay, this is the last exercise. Okay, turn the bots on. This exercise is going to incorporate your dead zoning plus your wall peeking mechanics plus your aim. So it's incorporating all of it together off what we just learned. Okay, so you start here, you're parallel with the wall. Don't swing like this diagonally. Some of my students are swinging like that. I'm like, you're never gonna peek a guy like that. So why are you doing it, right? So, but they have problems with the movement. So stay parallel, parallel, swing, focus on the aim. Obviously do it really slow in the beginning. Show you some better, and you always come back. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Wait, so can you burst here or still one bullet?
You can, but I would definitely don't recommend that until you really got the movement down, okay? Don't do the fancy stuff until you have your wide swing with the dead zone plus the one tap first. Once you can do that effectively all the time, never miss, then you can start doing your burst, whatever, spray with it, whatever. But right now, just really work on this, okay?
Alright.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this trains a real-time scenario where this guy, you're behind a wall, you hear him or whatever, you know he's there, and you just swing, he's instantly dead. I'm not shooting at the bot, but let's say he's right here, right?
Yeah.
He's dead, like headshot, dead. So this is our movement that we need to really work on, because you have this movement problem. You're just crouch, peeking, crouch, everything. Okay, this will get rid of that type of problem, because I used to have that problem too. So can you add like a little, you know, just clear these bots so they're kind of even. Spread out a little. Holy shit. Okay. So you know, later on, I'm not saying don't do this in the beginning. Get really this down first. Okay, you come to the wall, swing. Oh, okay, I'm kind of like swing and shoot, swing, shoot, swing, shoot, swing, shoot, swing, shoot. Okay. Maybe I have to use a phantom because I'm a phantom player. But you kind of get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
And you can add that movement of your mouse after you've dead zoned. Don't do it during. Like, don't look for them during. Work on the movement really first, and then add the aim after. Because this part is the most important, is the dead zoning part. And always come back to cover. Don't just come here and then shoot and then start looking. Dead zone. Wait, sorry. Let me just back up a bit. Dead zone. Shoot. Come back. Come back. Right. Look at my movement error. My shooting error. It's like 0.28. It's fine because it's a movement combined. So there's gonna be a little bit of error where you're not 100% still, right?
Yeah.
But right there. So stay at under 0.3, and then you come to this wall and you do the same. Now like a little jiggle, you know, if you want. Stuff like that. But that's later down the line when you got everything kind of like, fuck, I'm whiffing like crazy. Okay, then you can add like a crouch if you can do it, or like a jiggle like I just showed you, stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. You have any questions, concerns, and stuff like that? Anything you want to work on specifically? Things bothering you?
Nah, I think yeah, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of the session. I know it's long as 3 hours. You're a little bit luckier than my other student. The other student, his session was kind of short because his game was really unlucky. They got stomped, so there wasn't really much to review. But your game was, you know, I got a lot of weaknesses from your game. Obviously, you know, I'm not saying your aim is bad, but it needs refining. I'm not saying you need to learn from the ground up. Also, I would say though your movement is a little bit of an issue, right? You know that yourself.
I was never really good. Yeah.
You're swinging and crouch, instant crouch spring, right? Like this dead zoning activity, you need to be doing it minimum 20 each side. Okay, I would probably recommend doing 20 each side to really get down this movement, because you will never ever need a crouch spray anymore to be accurate, or crouch shoot to be accurate when you learn this mechanic. This is a movement mechanic, and this is the most important movement mechanic. Too many people counter strafe because they think they come from CS and it works. No, It doesn't. The
Yeah.
guy that's dead zoning versus you counter strafing, the guy dead zoning is going to be 100% accurate against you every single time. Okay, so that's why it's important.
Yeah.
And then this last drill will be really good for you because you swing, stop, and wait, shoot. Take your time with it, stuff like that. Okay, this will
Yeah.
really improve your overall movement and understanding how to take fights. Because your way of taking fights is just let me swing him, let me wide swing him, and then crouch spray. Right? You kind of know what's. I'm not saying you do
Yeah.
that all the
Already good.
time, but from this game, obviously you're nervous and whatnot. But still, like I want to get that
Yeah.
out of your
Yeah.
system where you're never ever doing that. Okay? But
Yeah.
yeah, great session. I'm gonna send you all these notes. Okay, the
Okay.
Kovacs playlist is called Pure G. It's very simple. It's called Pure G. There's a warm up where you only do it one per exercise, but you always do the training where it's 3 times each exercise. Always, even when you're starting. Don't go with the warm up. Okay, start with the 3x per exercise one. It's called training. Pure G Valorant training playlist. I can look for a
Okay.
link. I'll try to give it to you. But yeah. Also, you said you do aim labs or no?
Kovacs, yeah. I've been
Kovacs. Okay.
trying to do it like every day because like
Right.
I
Right.
I notice now, like especially even just for like a day, like my aim
Yeah.
will already be like
Yeah.
sort of gone. It's like yeah,
Exactly.
because it's really
And
important.
that's why, I can't stress this enough. It sounds like I'm repeating myself, but that's why progressive overload is the most important because it helps maintain your aim, stay at that level, and actually grow. Because if you're using the same playlist for only 5 minutes a day and never increasing intensity, that's the key. You gotta increase intensity as in trying to go faster, trying to do more times, okay? If you don't do that,
Yeah.
your aim will stay the same and start falling off. It starts diminishing, right? Obviously, there's
Yeah.
diminishing return as well when you overdoing trainers where it's not going to improve as much, right? It's going to just be the same or worse. But
Yeah.
that's why you need to add progressive overload in your training. For you, I would recommend you doing minimum 5 DMs a day. So, whether you do 2 in the beginning and 3 to cool off, it needs to be minimum 5 a day. TDM
Okay.
needs to be minimum 5 a day. You need to be doing, and that's your baseline. As you get better at them, as you start top fragging in them, as you start shitting on those guys in those lobbies, because it's all aim, right? It's
Yeah.
not it's not game sense. Not to develop game sense. It's to develop your aim and movement mechanics. So once you start shitting on them and start dropping 40 every single game, okay, then you start increasing the intensity. You start doing 10 a day, 20 a day, whatever it be. You're gonna see such big improvements by just doing those because playing people don't understand. They think playing ranked is helping build their aim, but it's not. That playing ranked is a game sense builder. You gotta work on your aim outside of the game, okay? Because
Yeah.
you're not practicing. You know it yourself. Like in a ranked game, you're not taking 5 fights every round. You're taking one to almost zero sometimes, right? It's more of
Yeah.
the brain aspect. Oh, they're going here, they're faking. Okay, guys, they like to play like this. Let's group up, right? Right, trading, entering, retake, whatever it may be. So, really, really got to work on your aim mechanics, and then everything will kind of follow as well. But you're off to a
All
good
right.
start because you have the game sense part, you have the awareness part. You just got to add it all together and really, really, really get it on the same level and become a good player, consistent player. Good players are consistent, right? It's just like
Yeah.
traditional sports. The best players are the ones that will always make that shot, or at least at a high rate. Even if they miss, it's very, very rare, right? They work under
Yeah.
pressure well, stuff like that. But that's all the mental game. And one last note is, the mental game is outweighs the aim mechanics by tenfold. I've told every
Yeah.
student
It's pretty difficult
the the
mentally. Yeah. It
the
can be.
mental once you have that feeling of confidence, nothing can stop you. I've been there in my peak where I just been training for the last 2 months every day, twice a day. I just know I'm better than these guys. The confidence, you should have seen the shots I used to do, some crazy ass shots, right? Like they would just pick me. I would have the calm and say they would pick me, shoot at me. I just flick their head and they're dead, even if they shoot me first. I'll do that like 3, 4 times around, right? So it's like
Yeah.
you really got to work on your mental game. But overall, I think it's there. You just got to work on your aim, get it to the same level as your mental game, and then start increasing your mental game again. Increase your aim, or if you want to go the hard route, it would just increase your aim. Train every day, 20 DMs a day, 20 TDMs, right? Where your aim is
Yeah.
radiant level, and then you bring your game up. That's what most people do, but I would advise against that. Because the harder thing is actually to bring the game sense to radiant level and then your aim. That's if you do it that way, it's much easier, which you're on the path to on the path to doing. So, yeah, great session. I know it was long.
Yeah.
Good luck on your games, and if any questions, message me on Discord. If you want to book future sessions, message me as well. Whatever. But yeah, great job, bro, and good luck on your games.
All right. Yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna send you all this stuff, and the VOD will be up by tonight. Not right now,
Okay.
but up by tonight. Okay. All right, man.
All right. Yeah.
Good luck, bro. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm gonna stop streaming. Gotta go eat. Peace.